Welcome everybody, Steve here. Today, I'm going to show you in a minute, but we are going to fix a broken floor joist in a house. Now this happens to be my house, and this floor joist, it's been cracked and broken for quite a while, and you know how it goes when you're fixing other people's stuff, yours never gets done. But today I'm going to do it. So, you know, I've only got one, well, I've got one major one and a real small one. Going to show you that in a bit. But your house isn't going to fall down or anything like that. But what can happen is you start getting creaking, and you get a couple of them, then your floor starts to go a little uneven. You know, that's pretty important if you're going to put a tile in or something like that. So anyway, I'm going to show you what I do to repair that. You know, I am not going to take this joist out, put a brand new one in. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to repair it. And I think that the repair will be just as good as putting a new one in. So follow me along, and don't forget to subscribe. And we're going to repair this today. Well, probably over a couple days, but we're going to get her done. So let me show you what we're up against. Well, you can definitely see this crack. Now, it goes from the foundation to about 6 feet, and you know, it's wide enough where I can, you know, start to put my pinky through it. And definitely something that you want to repair. Now, the whole idea here, this is what I'm going to do with this repair. First thing I'm going to do is we're going to glue this joint up. First of all, we got to be able to bring this back up so that we can tighten up that gap, bring it back to where she should be. I got that all figured out, so shouldn't be a problem. Let me show you what the plan is. I'm just going to give you a close-up of the crack. You know, like you can see right through there. So it's it's not a crack, it's broken. Now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a telepost to bring that back up. And they're inexpensive. That's probably about the easiest way to, you know, if you got to straighten out your joists because they're a little bit out and you're shimming things, that is about the best way to do it. You know, you could come up with some sort of a system, use a jack, but I think this is probably a little safer. I've got a piece of plywood on the floor here so that I'm not on the concrete, I'm on a piece of wood. And I don't have a pin, but I just used the pin out of my receiver hitch, and that'll work good. And then what I've done, because this is such a big crack, I'm gonna put this piece of square tubing underneath it, so that when I'm jacking it, it's going to kind of, you know, distribute the force maybe a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe that's a bit of a pipe dream, but I'm going to give it a try anyway, because it's such a large crack. So first thing we'll do, and I put this up there to see if it would fit, and decided to drill another hole where the main part of the crack is, because that's where I want to concentrate my force. So the telepost to go here, and then we'll jack it up. So first things first, put this up. And basically all I'm going to do is just screw it onto the side. Okay, I think one screw is going to do it. This, I got a pretty good gap right here, but our force is going up here. We just need to hold it up here. I think we're going to be good. So let's just see if this is going to work. I got some tape glued onto it. Make sure your telepost is about as straight as you can get it. Just eye it up. Doesn't have to be perfect. Well, it seems to be working good. Here's some creaking. Okay, I think that's going to work just fine. So we'll back this off now. And we'll get some glue in there. So the glue I'm going to be using is just a urethane glue. And this one needs a little bit of water, you know, to help activate it. So I got the spray bottle here. This one just happens to be the one with the grill on it. But anyway, I've used this stuff in the past. Man, I tell you what, it's strong, it's waterproof, and it'll last for a long, long time. And when it gets glued up, that should be stronger than the wood itself. It'll have to split somewhere else. But anyway, first thing I'm going to do, get a little bit of water up there, and then I'm going to have to come, the split is like on an angle. So I'm going to come from the top angle, or top part of it, so that it runs down this way. And so I'll have to put the glue in on this side. Be a little tricky, but I think we can get her. Oh, I have to cut the top. Just wait, be right back. So when you get some of this stuff on you, it's going to be on there for a while. Let's see how that's looking there. Oh, it's coming down. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, I got a popsicle stick here. Just gonna level the stuff out so it's not running everywhere. Now clean up everywhere. Okay, I could probably put a little less in there. Okay, you don't want to start lifting your floor. You just want to make sure that gap is closed up. And it looks pretty darn good. We got lots of glue squeezing out. Squeezing out this side a little bit. So the next step, of course, we're just going to have to wait for this to set up. You can start to see it foaming. It's foaming a little bit everywhere now. And I'll give this a good 12 hours and let it set up. And then we can, what I'm going to do next is laminate a piece of plywood on either side of this. And we'll just use some PL, put it up there, and then we're just going to screw the plywood in there, and that will make this stronger than what it was before. I think it's going to work fine. Well, now that the glue is all dry, we got to scrape it down. Make sure she's nice and flat. So I'm just using my little scraper. Make sure it's good and sharp. Save you a lot of anguish. We have to get up here. A little tough. Well, I've got this piece of plywood cut. I had to make a couple magic cuts to make it work because we got pipes here, we got a pipe down there. So just to get it in there, and I'm not too worried because the crack kind of goes down along the bottom then comes into the middle. So we'll be good. Now, try it. I think that's going to work. Now I'm just going to do this side first because I want one side secured. I could probably take this out of here, but I don't really want to until I've got one side really secured. And next step, we're going to put some PL in behind here and screw it down. I gotta get it out of here first. I can't get in all the way, so I got a little bit of glue on this side. I'm sure to get some on me. I need a longer bit, I think, to get in there. First piece of plywood's all set up now, so we can take this down. Yeah, looks good. Nothing's moving. Now, typically, one piece of plywood is probably more than enough to secure a floor joist. But because we got the tub over top, just over here on this joist, I think I'm going to put another piece of plywood on this side anyway. You know, I've got it, so I might as well just put it up and glue and screw it into place. So that's what I'm going to do next. Take this down first. It's kind of glued. This side's going to be a little easier to do. Still going to be hard to get that glue in. Oh, I got it wrong here. I go like this. Well, we got this beam done. With two pieces of plywood laminated on either side, the crack's been glued. There's no way in the world this will ever move again. In fact, it's probably 5 times stronger than what it was to begin with. So, happy with this. Floor is not going to creak anymore. And I've got one little guy left to do over here. And when I glue him up, just a small one, so I'm going to put the plywood up right away and clamp her together. Maybe go with a little less glue in the crack. And, you know, this one's not as big a concern as this one. This one was about, about a 5-foot crack almost. So, pretty significant. But I'm happy with this. And a lot easier to do than a guy thinks. Now, you might not think it's that big of a deal, but if you're trying to sell your house, inspector comes in and says, wow, there's a crack in the joist, you know, that's going to hurt your price. So, it doesn't take much to fix it. So, get her done. All right, one more. Well, our repair is done, and I'm really happy the way it turned out. It's really not that tough of a job to do. You know, you just have to have a telepost, some glue, some screws, and some plywood. And other than working above your head, trying to, you know, work around pipes, but you know, you end up figuring it out. If you have to take a pipe down or move an electrical wire, you just may have to do that to get the job done. But I'm happy it's not going to be any more creaking, and everything's just better about it, and that's one more thing off my list. So, a good day. Anyway, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks.